Hello everyone, Rebecca here from Stocking My Pantry, and in today's video I'm going to walk you through the process of how to freeze blueberries. So I recently got a ton of blueberries on sale at Aldi. They were having a great sale, 99 cents a pint, and at least at this time and where I live, that is a great price. And so I ended up buying 26 pints of blueberries. And I canned some and I made jam with some, but there was no way I could use all of them before they went bad. And on top of that, I didn't really have room in my refrigerator for all of them. So what I decided to do is I decided to freeze a lot of them. And freezing them is super simple, and you can then have them put aside and ready for you to either use in smoothies, or I'll actually give you some ideas at the end of this video on how you can use frozen blueberries. But it's a great way to preserve them until you want to use them for something else. Okay, so what I've done is I actually wrote a blog post documenting this process, and I'm going to take you through the blog post in this video, and it has a lot of photos, and I'll just kind of show you those and explain to you the process that I use for freezing blueberries. Let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so now the very first step is just to clean the blueberries. Now, obviously, when you buy blueberries at the grocery store, they're already pretty clean, but I mean, they're not necessarily organic. They might have little stems, and you just want to give them a good washing. So I have this colander that goes over my sink, and it's really handy because what I love about it is, when I put stuff in it and then I rinse stuff, the water has room to drip down, whereas a colander that you stick in your sink, you could end up with some pooled water and all of that. Regardless, you just want to give them a good wash. So I use a colander, I wash them real good, and then I let them kind of drip dry for a little bit. I like to shake the colander a little, get as much water off as possible at the very beginning. Once you've washed your blueberries and let them drain dry a little bit, as best as you can, the next step is to pat them dry. So a good option for this is to just put them onto a paper towel, and then what you do is you use another paper towel to just pat them dry. Now, I don't know if you can tell by looking at the photo there, but the paper towel got pretty wet, and so it worked, but it didn't work as well as I would have liked. So what I ended up doing is I ended up putting them on flour sack towels. Now, I love flour sack towels. I use them in my kitchen a lot for a lot of different things. And I happen to think, I should use flour sack towels instead of paper towels for this. So either one will work, but I found it worked much better when I put them onto flour sack towels because they absorb the water much better. And you can see here that I put a flour sack towel on top and I kind of patted them. And then what ended up happening, as you can see in the photo, is the flour sack towel or anything that you use with blueberries does end up getting kind of stained with it. So that's just something to be aware of. I threw the towels into the wash and the stains came out, fine, but that's just something to be aware of. So you want to be a little bit careful when you're working with blueberries. In fact, let me go back up to this photo of my hands. And I don't know if you can see, but I've got kind of blueberry stains there in my fingers, under my fingernails. So that is just something to be careful of. You might want to use gloves if you're, concerned about that. But my hands did clean up fine. The towels did clean up fine. Okay, so the next step is to flash freeze the blueberries. As you can see in this photo is I lined a rimmed baking sheet with wax paper. You could use parchment paper, but I had wax paper and that actually works really well. And I put them in the dried blueberries, and it's very important that you've dried them well, onto the baking sheet in a single layer. Okay, so just make sure they're not bunched up on top of each other. You want them in a single layer. I then stuck them into my freezer. Now I'm almost embarrassed to show the picture with my freezer, but maybe your freezer looks kind of like this, or maybe you have suggestions for how you keep your freezer neater. But you need to find a space at the top part of the freezer where you can lay them pretty much flat, relatively flat, and just leave them in there. You do not cover the blueberries with anything. When you're flash freezing, it's just, nothing on top of it, okay? And by the way, it ended up taking at least a few hours for these to freeze all the way. Okay, and this is a picture of what the frozen blueberries look like when I took them out of the freezer. Now, one thing that I love about this is once they're frozen solid, and once you rub your hand over them, they just slide all around on the baking sheet like they're marbles or something. They're just hard as a rock. None of them are stuck together. That's really a huge benefit of flash freezing like this, is nothing sticks together. And then after that, all that you need to do is put them into like a Ziploc bag and squeeze as much of the air out as you can. As you're sealing it, you start sealing it, squeeze the air out, and then finish sealing it the rest of the way, and then stick them into the freezer. I found that these stayed perfect in the freezer. None stuck together at all. And then as I was able to use them as I needed them. And in fact, speaking of that, let's go into different ways that you can use frozen blueberries. Okay, now first of all, you can your frozen blueberries. One thing I love about freezing blueberries is that, sometimes when I bring something home, I don't have time to can it or do anything else with it, but it gets them preserved out of the way. I don't have to worry about them going bad, and then as I have time, I can do these other things with them. And one is canning them. Now, obviously, you would need to let them thaw completely. Otherwise, you could get thermal shock and all of that, which would not be good. But then once they're thawed completely, and you probably want to bring them up to at least room temperature or where they're not really cold, you can can them, just like you would can fresh blueberries. Okay, the next thing that you can do with them is make jam. And I actually ended up doing that. I have a video showing how to make blueberry jam. And I used frozen blueberries for the jam. I used these blueberries that I had frozen for the jam. One thing nice about using frozen blueberries for jam is that it's easier, once they've thawed, it's easier to mash them up with a potato masher compared with fresh blueberries. So it actually made the job a little bit easier. And speaking of easier, the next way to use frozen blueberries is that you can dehydrate them. Now, if you've ever dehydrated blueberries, you know that you have to blanch them or you have to poke holes in them or something like that. They have this, like the skin on the blueberries will keep the blueberries from dehydrating properly. But when you've frozen them, you don't need to do anything like that to them. You just let them thaw, and technically you can actually dehydrate them from frozen. And I've done that for sure. It just takes a little bit longer. So you can either dehydrate them from frozen, or you can let them thaw and then dehydrate them. And you don't have to do any blanching or anything like that like you normally do with blueberries. The next thing that you can do is you can eat them frozen. So they are actually delicious frozen. To me, it kind of tasted like a fruit popsicle. And obviously, it's a very healthy thing to just eat straight blueberries. They obviously have a much deeper, richer flavor to them than popsicles would. But it's a great frozen treat that you can have just straight from the bag. Okay, the next thing, you can make pie or cobbler with them. Again, you can, I've actually taken some straight from the freezer and, just put them into a baking dish with some sugar and made like a cobbler topping, put that on and baked them, and it's turned out great. Okay, the next thing, use them in muffins or pancakes. Again, just taking out the amount that you need. And like, let's say that you're going to use a cup of blueberries in the pancakes or muffins. Just take them out. I do like to let them thaw first, just because they're, it might work out okay if you didn't, but you can just kind of measure them out, put them in a bowl, let them thaw, and then go ahead and proceed to make your muffins or your pancakes like you normally would. Often, especially if you take them out and first, and then you're gathering your other ingredients and things like that, they're thawed enough to work with, or you can wait just a little bit. And then the favorite way that I like to use frozen fruit of all types, including blueberries, is just to put them into smoothies. That's what I've done with most of them, besides them making the jam. I've been using them as in our smoothies. We have a smoothie every morning, my husband and my mother and I always put some frozen fruit, and of course we've had tons of blueberries on hand. So that has been an awesome way to take use of them. And another thing that you can do, and I actually didn't put it in my blog post, but it's if you have a really powerful blender, like I have a Vitamix, so if you have a blender like that can handle making ice cream, you can make ice cream with them. What I typically would do for that is I would take about 3 cups of frozen blueberries, a cup of milk, and just blend it together. That's really all you need to do. If you want a little added sweetness, you could put some dates in it and run it through the blender, and you get a nice frozen, kind of like a soft serve ice cream. So those are all ways, and I'm sure there's more ways. If you have ideas for other ways to use frozen blueberries, be sure to leave them in the comments, and so the rest of us can benefit from your ideas. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you would like the video, and also if you haven't already done so, if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. And by the way, I'll leave a link to the blog post in the description, so if you want to read the blog post, you can. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.